Hi, and welcome to Inspire Strength and Fitness, where every video and all the content we make is here designed to make you stronger, not weaker, and to positively impact your life. Before I get into today's video, please like, comment, share, and please subscribe to the channel, as all the engagement helps me to reach more people and helps me to grow my channel and just put out more positivity into the world. So your engagement means the world to me. So let's get into it. So today's video is mobility before strength, or mobility over strength. So see a lot of people out there and they do stretching where they think that they're doing mobility drills that they might have seen someone else do or seen a video on. And I see a lot of confusion around mobility training. So I'm going to ask a couple of questions and to kind of let you see where this video is going before we dive into it. So first, mobility. Can your body get into the right postures and positions for you to get the benefits of the exercise or the workout that you're doing? Secondly, do you have any aches or pains, or do you feel beat up after the workout, or do you feel energized and charged up after a good workout? 3, good mobility carries over to getting strong or getting lean and burning fat. And 4, how much mobility do you need? So to start with, can your body get in the right postures or positions to get the benefits of the exercise that you're doing? A lot of times I hear people in gyms tell me that, oh, that exercise isn't good for me. I have a bad back, I have bad knees, I have bad elbows, bad shoulders, whatever. Instead of thinking that maybe you're just not doing it right. Or maybe your body has learned how to be so tight that you can't get into the right postures, the right position for you to actually activate the muscles that you're looking for and get the benefits from the exercise as it should be performed. So to use the squat as an example, all across America, people sit way too much from the people that I've encountered in my training and in my gym. So people have tight hips. Correspondingly, if our hips get really tight over time, we also then lead to tight ankles in certain places, and then things like the squat or lunges and other lower body movements become really hard, and then people end up moving through their back, and then they think that, oh, that exercise isn't good for me because it's bad for my back. When really, if we train the mobility of the ankle, of the hips, now we can actually get into those movements, we can get into the posture that we're supposed to be in for the squat, and we get all the benefits of doing squats correctly and all the muscle growth, rather than beat up knees, beat up low back, or just feeling drained and exhausted at the end of the workout. Then, do you have aches and pains or feel beat up after your workout? To go right back into it, if you're feeling achy or beat up, then most likely we are not getting access into the muscle tissue. Then we're pushing, the joints are feeling beat up because they are compensating and working harder than they should, because we don't have the mobility that we need to actually access that muscle tissue. This leads me into number 3. Good mobility is going to carry over into your strength work or your metabolic work if you're trying to build muscle and burn fat. So to make more sense of that and be a little bit clearer, if we have tight muscles, when you go into your exercise, that muscle may not stretch the way that it should just because you're trying to do the exercise. And it might take you a lot longer to either warm up that muscle so it fully stretches, or if there is a knot in that muscle, or what can be sometimes referred to as neuro-locked, so your brain has actually put some tension into that muscle to protect movement that's going to then bother your joints. So if there's those knots in there, we need to go in there, remove the knots so that we have access to that muscle tissue. Now that muscle will stretch, we can get into the right posture and position, and with the access of this muscle tissue, that's how we're going to be a lot stronger, or we're going to build the muscle, which is going to raise our metabolism and help to burn more fat. Because if we're just getting into our joints and our joints are achy, this is also going to raise our stress hormone cortisol, which is going to be the enemy of your good sex hormones like testosterone or your good estrogen. And it's also going to just create more stress on the body, which is not the signal that the body gets to build more muscle. It has to try to deal with that stress. So once again, good mobility is going to lend itself to good strength training and being able to get really strong and get really lean at the same time. So whether you're wanting to just get really strong, mobility is going to be really good for you. Whether you're looking to raise your metabolism and just burn a bunch of body fat, once again, mobility is going to be your friend to be able to access more metabolically active tissue. You're going to raise your metabolism because we're actually using more muscle tissue rather than just having tight, locked up muscles. And to finish off this video, how much mobility do you need? Well, there's a whole bunch of content that's on the internet of showing people that have these wild ranges of mobility. And you only need enough mobility to be able to get into the posture or the position of the exercise that you're trying to do. So if you find yourself being able to achieve that and you can feel the muscles working, you can get to the proper range of motion, then we don't need to chase more just to perform what can be really cool content, but might not be serving you in the long run. And the more mobility that we create, the more that we need to control. So if you have really hypermobile hips or hypermobile shoulders, it might look really cool and make some good content or impress your friends or whatever. But to get really strong, then we're going to load that movement up. We're going to add weight to that movement, and that's how we're going to build strength. So if we're really hyper mobile in some of those areas, we have more that we need to control, which can make it harder for you. Not necessarily a bad thing, but we want to know what is the cost of what we're doing. So once again, to kind of tie off that subject, we only need as much mobility as you need to be able to get to the range of motion that you need for the exercise safely, comfortably, and where it's not killing you to get there. So can you body weight squat easily? Or do you feel it in your knees? Do you feel it in your back? Do you get bound up and just your body stops at a certain point and just gets locked up? So you should be able to do these things freely. And then when we can do them freely and have good mobility, then we add some strength on top of it to really build that muscle up and to test ourselves for how hard and how far we can push to really reinforce the strength that we're looking for, which is going to help us build muscle. It's going to help us to burn body fat. And overall, that's how we feel better and not feel beat up at the end of workouts. Thanks again for watching. Once again, your engagement means the world to me. So please like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, drop them below in the chat. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.